My name's Russ Cook and I'm attempting to become the first person ever to run the entire length of Africa. This is where I started, this is where I'm heading, and this is where I am now. I've run 6,654 kilometres so far and I've got 9,946 left to go. So far on the mission. I've survived alone in the desert, pissed blood, been robbed at gunpoint, thought I was going to be killed in the jungle, had my support van smashed to bits, and in this episode, my illness gets worse. We face confrontations with the locals, Jared prepares to leave.
I'm excited.
And I lose my mind in a thunderstorm.
Morning, lads. Morning. How is your aim?
There. Still there.
That's a relief. Are you feeling any better?
Yeah, I do feel better, to be fair. I haven't checked anything this morning.
I'm sure the people will be happy now.
Maybe we're in the clear. Who knows? We'll find out shortly.
We went for drinks with the next part that we met yesterday, and we ended up going to the club, and that club is called Texas City.
With the emblem of a Guinness on top of it, like the gimmick.
The Irish, logo.
I got myself a nice early night, 8.5 hours sleep.
When I came into your room to get my key, you were literally sleeping off of the foot of the bed across the small part of it, just collapsed over both sides.
Game plan was probably like just clenched cheeks as falling asleep so that nothing falls out during the night.
You were in ratio the closest you could be without falling off of the bed to the bathroom, so.
Right, I think it's time to fuck. Where am I going? Anyone know?
Let's bounce.
Once I'd figured out where I was headed, I hit the road once more, clenching my cheeks as tight as possible. The spaghetti omelette, which for those of you wondering is literally just an omelette with spaghetti in it, had done me dirty and it was a rough first 20k. I was moving slowly to accommodate for the tension in my gluteus minimus and holding in wave after wave of nausea. Like the last time, I knew it was probably a bad idea to be hitting tarmac so quickly, but the finish line wasn't getting any closer and I needed to move.
I hope he's not having to hold in a poo as he goes.
I mean, that is the most common reason for us to walk. It's either hills or poos, so. We're wondering if it's a tired walk or a poo walk.
I haven't pooped, but I've looked trying.
Really?
I've got some more to come, I think. It's like in the movie when I couldn't stomach anything, I think it's similar kind of vibes.
Well, you just don't want to deplete yourself too much by going too hard, because you've got all to burn.
I know what I'm doing, Stanley, don't you worry.
I'm just saying it for the camera. Anything to add?
Nope.
On a scale of kitten to gorilla, what would you be able to fight today?
It's not looking great. Some 5-year-olds chased me earlier and I was like, fuck, I don't start beef. I don't think I can handle this right now.
Do you want to run with the machete today, just in case?
I don't even think I've got the arm strength to carry one.
So you think you're like on the scale of like fighting a chihuahua today?
I can't be asked for a fight, I'll just kick it in the head. Do you know what I mean?
Alright, well at least we found our limit.
Yeah.
You just said to me that you know that you're going to vomit.
Yeah, it's here, I can feel it. It's right here.
I can actually hear it in your voice as well.
It's coming. I could probably just on call do it right now.
Do you want it? For content? What's he doing? It was a joke, but like, it would be good content. Oh my god.
Good. Once I start running, I think it just needs a little bit more motion in there, you know what I mean?
That was quite impressive in itself, and I'm a bit disturbed.
Wake up. It's dummy.
Should we feature that in this video?
Yeah, go on. These boys called Yuckbox made a song called Tarmac. The lyrics are just my Instagram captions mashed together. Oh, God. We should probably stop that because we'll just attract a crowd because of the vibes. Do you know what I mean?
Right, come on, let's go and vomit.
All right, see you later.
Wake up, think about tarmac. Get to the start line. Smash tarmac all day. Stop to eat peanut butter sandwiches.
The boys had offered me a stop at 10k, but I knew I'd take any option to quit, so I couldn't give myself one. A marathon was the goal, and I was hoping to make it whatever happened, but I was suffering. The sun beat down on me as I struggled on, at more mad elevation, holding back the sea of fluid from my orifices like a stinky Moses. It took every last ounce of energy to get to the finish line, but it had to be done. I finally made it as the sun set on another brutal day.
Tough day in the trenches, eh?
Yeah, a bit of a rough one.
How many times do you vom?
You know when you lose count, that's a bit of a problem.
Oh, well. The game is the game.
The game is the game.
That's a long time gone. So ever since we found out about Love Island, it's just kind of died out.
They say it on Love Island.
Apparently that's what all the boys were saying when they were like trying to over the girls.
Stole it from me.
How does it feel to know that you're influencing Love Island?
Got one of the best TV
Again.
shows of our generation.
Oh mate, I shouldn't eat any of the local food already. I don't know. It's not worth it, man. Especially I've got Hulk Saturday, you know what I mean?
Can you just look into the camera and make a public apology to Huel?
For not eating Hill. Should have done really, shouldn't I? I do, I eat Hill pretty much every single night, unless we're in a hotel, because then there's no boiling water.
Now, to be fair, omelettes are normally a safe bet.
It is probably as well, I'm just not used to the food, because you had the same omelette.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
As darkness fell, there was something else brewing. A violent thunderstorm.
It's a bit fucking wet. Poor boys are outside cooking.
Gus, I think rainy season is with us.
I'm gonna go have a shower. It's like in the rain.
Saves water. Honestly,
Well,
it's
not hard,
it's the best pressure shower we've had in a long time as well.
What's going on here, Russ? I think we're all losing our minds here.
You having a good time there, lads? This is a hard vibe, boys. You all better than Russ?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling yourself?
Probably not. So I've got Hill.
That cures all diseases, doesn't it? Describe to me the inner monologue in your head.
There isn't one.
Wow, okay. Do you never have one? You one of those people?
In a monologue in my head right now.
Nah, while you're running 42 kilometres and almost bombing every minute.
Keep going, shut up.
Do you literally just tell yourself to shut up?
What do you think's going on in my head then?
I think sometimes when I ask you about like your inner monologue, you tell me what you want to be thinking about it.
If I was thinking, this is shit, where would that lead me?
It wouldn't, but not all thoughts are useful.
Well, I feel like you can have thoughts floating around up here and like main driving thoughts. These ones, you do whatever you want with them. They're fucking pretty irrelevant, aren't they? It really depends what this one's doing.
I remember how I used to lie to myself to get myself to do things though sometimes. If I'm like really, really tired, I'll be like, oh, I just need to get to like this marker and I can stop, you know, I can be done for the day. Then I'll get to that mark and be like, well now, you know, we got another like this much to do or whatever to do, you know. You kind of do the same.
Not really, like yesterday I knew I was going to get to 42, so it's like, doesn't really matter. It really actually doesn't matter. Well, I knew it was going to be rough because when we stopped at 19, Dan or you said, oh, we could meet you at 30. I was like, nah, 'cause I don't want an option to bail out. Once I've left at 19, like there's no point entertaining any thoughts of like, oh, this is shit, oh, I don't want to be here, because that doesn't serve any purpose. So if you think about it entirely logically, there is no other point than just being like, oh well, let's go with it.
I think it's interesting. I think a lot of the time you'll answer a question about how you do it as if it's really obvious, but I think for a lot of people, what seems obvious to you is really challenging.
So I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about how you go and build your wall of evidence that ultimately equals confidence. It's not like there's much self-doubt in those moments because I've done it a million times before. So I've got a pretty big wall of evidence that suggests that you can just do it. So go and build your wall of evidence, really, yeah.
I really back that actually. How close to pooing do you feel right now?
I could go for a poo if I pushed hard enough.
Okay,
I could also just hold it.
do that.
Today was still a struggle, but already I could feel a tiny bit of strength returning. That said, I didn't want to push it, so I decided on just another chilled out marathon for today. I became well acquainted with the ditch at the side of the road, but managed to push my broken body through the first 20k.
So what's the verdict then? How much did you how much did you vom?
Couple poos, no voms, bit of retching.
That's good. Hopefully you're over the hump then. Well, as soon as you're feeling a little bit better, I think we should have a little update on all the moving parts we've got going at the moment.
The 4x4's on its way. Whereabouts is it, Jared?
Probably in Luanda. He's in Angola, so we know that, but he should hit and pass Luanda today. And the 9th is what, Monday? Is when Jamie lands. Yeah, apparently there's a bit of a shortage of diesel at the moment in Angola, so things are just slow there. So he had to wait quite a bit yesterday for diesel. So he waited for like literally like 4 or 5 hours before a truck eventually bought 20 litres of a truck. Hopefully he'll be there by the 9th and he can get his Cameroon visa like 10th, and then him and Jamie can drive up.
3 days probably.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Sounds
it's all
good.
happening. What other moving parts do we have at the moment?
Yeah, so Harry's got some things to take care of, so he won't be back for at least for a little while, which means we have a new team member coming called James. Big up, James. You'll get to know all about James pretty soon. Jamie, who has been waiting waiting to come for a while, but we've been waiting for this 4x4 and there's obviously been so many things going wrong with it. We'll be arriving when the 4x4 is here, and then James will be arriving shortly after that. Jared's going on holiday. So yeah, we'll have a pretty different looking team really. Then we've got across to Nigeria, probably the most difficult border crossing of the mission.
We've spoken about that border crossing briefly, but basically the crux of it is that the van can't cross it.
So the team's going to split up. Van can't make it, so the van has to get shipped around to Nigeria from Cameroon. Road going from Cameroon to Nigeria is an absolute show apparently.
Now it's rainy season, so it's even worse.
So that'll be fun.
Gus, what have you heard anything about the boat?
There's one boat, that boat is leaving tomorrow. We will not make that, of course. Maybe he has a boat of another company going next week that he is in contact with, but it's not his own company. So yeah.
So we're working on the boat. That also might end up being a ball ache. We've got to get an early home, so what can you do?
The 4x4 also does have a satellite on it.
Yes, so that's been sorted out by these companies
Big thank
very
you.
nicely.
Thank you to them.
The amount of videos that have been delayed or off schedule or just impossible to complete because of internet is ridiculous.
So yeah, always lots happening. Then we'll get into Nigeria, and then you're going on holiday in Lagos. Jared will come back. I think that's about it really, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. Lots of things happening, which always means lots of things that can go wrong.
Spans just went for a nap.
Didn't mean to.
Mate, you look like you've pissed yourself, bro.
Yeah.
How you feeling, mate?
Sweaty.
Are you ill or what?
No, I'm just wet. I fell asleep before it was that warm and then woke up and I was like, ooh.
I actually feel sorry for you looking at you like that. I'm like, mate,
Yeah.
he's just soaking wet with sweat.
You're complaining about your clothes still smelling a little bit. He's just gonna wear this clothes non-stop
Yeah.
next week.
You look like a beaten man, bro.
I always look like a beaten man, bro. You said that to me about 8 times.
What is the comment? Harry Potter is worse.
Yeah.
It got even worse, boys. I don't know what happened, but mate, someone throw a bucket of water over this poor sake. Right.
Go.
I may have been vomiting and shitting myself, but it brought me a lot of comfort to know I still wasn't as disgusted and stand. I was so hung up on this thought that I'd completely forgotten to eat and called upon the boys for a food delivery.
Got any food today?
What sort of thing?
Anything?
You just got a trail of people following and being like, what are we doing?
There was still a lot of moving parts racing through my brain as I ran, but it felt like things were finally starting to come together, and I was excited for the future of the mission in between my vomit stops. A slow 20k later, and I made it to a marathon.
Alright. Mate, honestly, everyone in the last 3 villages is pissed. Everyone. They're all smashed. Someone must have got married or something today.
Police right chair was smashed completely.
Yeah, they're all battered, mate. Everyone is battered. It's actually quite funny.
When we got to that one, it was quite funny. It was like, I saw one cop sitting by the rope, and Gus got out, another one just stood up in his military uniform holding 4 beer bottles between his fingers
Not even a little bit tipsy, they're all off it, bro.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's for extended periods at a time. Bonsoir. He's smashed. He's got a packet of dope in his hand as well. He's just like...
Right, should we go camp?
As we settled into bed, the rains came once more, and in the night tore our camp to pieces.
Out of us as kids, who do you reckon ate the most worms as a kid?
Did you eat worms as a kid?
No.
Why would you even bring it up?
Because you can normally spot a worm eater. I reckon Jared was a worm eater. Let's change the question. Who do you reckon licked the most windows as a kid?
I still think it's you.
I think it's you in that ad.
Mate, I don't think you stopped licking window. Ooh, that was quite a big glob of saliva that came out your mouth there. So, day 4 of shitting yourself. How's it going?
Nearly got cramp in my bicep.
That's a real low point for you, mate.
I think it's better today, but I'm not quite sure. My stomach still is chaotic.
When was the last time you shit yourself?
Yesterday when I was running.
Okay. What do we have in the van now?
We might have bed bugs.
And what have the bed bugs done to you?
Bed bugs have ravaged me. I've been doing research. That's definitely bed bug bites because of the way that it's patterned together. But these are a reaction to bed bugs that normally come in tropical areas if your body isn't used to the tropical bugs. Yeah, bed bugs are a sin. We have to try and kill them off quickly, and we know it's bed bugs because we stayed in a hotel and I woke up covered in bed bugs the one night.
And then walked straight into the fucking van, you numpty.
What's going on here, Stan?
The shelter got flipped upside down last night, as you've seen, by the storm. I was editing early this morning next to it, and then as Jared and Gus turned it the right way up, I think it's fair to say tsunami emerged from the shelter, poured all over my laptop. So that's not great.
So we've got it here, trying to get it to dry off again.
So you remember about 2 weeks ago when there wasn't a vid on Sunday? That's why.
Right, let's hit it fast and hard.
Getting better little by little, I was keen to push the mileage up as quickly as possible. I was going to have to put my back into it to get it done. I was vomiting less, but my body was still weak, and it was another serious shift to get through the first 20k. I needed refuel hard and fast.
God, the selection you got there. I'm taking from your selection of nutrition that you're feeling better.
I'm definitely better, not 100%.
We see there's a river down here, so we're gonna go down and take a bath that we all well need.
Especially me.
You know in cartoons when they're really smelly?
Yeah, that's what's above my head.
Exactly.
That's what they're not edited in, they're
I can
real.
see them. They look really photoshopped there, like PNG images. Why they still got the dash marks in the background? Like,
Given the current circumstances, I'd just like a poo report.
No poos.
No poos. Is it overcast or is it like clear skies?
It's not clear skies. There's rumblings in the jungle, but
It's like distant thunder, you know.
yeah, I think the antibiotics are kicking in.
that's good.
So what's the plan, Jared? Are we going to stand at the junctions, or have you managed to teach us how to read a map?
I might just bad.
Cool. Left is which way?
Hold up your hand again, Alan, that's left.
I might need to take notes.
Do you want to write it down? Do you know what? I think this is an important test for you, so you go it alone and we'll see.
I was pretty nervous about having to use Google Maps all by myself, but Project Africa is all about doing hard things, so I dug deep and pushed myself to make it happen. Corner successfully turned, I made my way up the road, hitting out another solid 20, already making my marathon with time still to spare.
It's one way to arrive back, I guess. It's a piss with a view. I can't tell you how many photos I have of Russ pissing in different places. The beautiful countryside and Russ cook.
No, I can't have my phone. Phone? Yes. No, my friend. I can't have my phone.
Okay, so I'm probably not going to get out with cameras.
I think they're largely fine. He's just trying to luck me. Tattoo? I need. Can't really give you a tattoo, lad.
Bonjour. Bonsoir. Okay, bang bang.
We are on.
Are we?
Take me the video.
Yo! Au revoir.
I still wasn't quite up to the full 60, so I decided to bang out another 13k to take me to 55. Luckily the heat wasn't as intense today, giving my pale ginger skin the break it desperately needed. It may seem small, but marginal differences like this have a huge impact on my ability to run, especially when you throw food poisoning into the mix. I used up the last of my reserves, careening into camp and collapsing into the van.
Hello, bang bang, skeet skeet. Give us the stats, give us the wrap up.
What, 54.5k in, 7 minute per k. There was 830 meters of elevation gain, and that is it.
That is it.
Says recovery time 43 hours.
You get 12.
Oh well, we go again tomorrow. How you doing, Gus?
Nice. Rain's coming down at a good time as well. You ready for your evening rain shower?
Yes, I am.
What do you look forward to most in your evenings?
I like going to sleep.
You know you're living the dream when the thing you look forward to the most is the end of the day.
Jamie checked in a Perfect Ted suitcase which was 15 kilos over and didn't get charged.
No way.
He said to me, he's like, your mate dropped off the bag but it's 15 kilos too heavy, so I think there might be a charge. I went, sometimes they just don't, and then he's like, no charge.
On other news of people travelling, Grant is in through Matadi. He's already passing the bridge.
Did he have a good time in Matadi?
He got through as quick as possible, got to the bridge, didn't have money for the bridge, so he drove back into Matadi to go find Robank. May the force be with him, I guess.
He's in a 4x4 locked, he'll be alright.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
That evening, we were kindly welcomed into a village by a local chief and sheltered from the rain inside one of his buildings. I climbed into bed and got some well-needed rest.
Good morning. How are you? The earth says hello.
What?
What's the plan for today?
60k's.
Bold plan.
It's a bold plan.
It's a new plan.
It's the old plan that's now
Rejuvenated.
Someone packed in a heater,
Oh, that was you guys. Yeah.
That was because we was living in the van in the UK.
but still you packed a heater to Africa.
That was stupid, yeah.
It was.
It's a lot of stuff here.
Okay, back to the 60k days. And then yes, I am leaving today. You're gonna miss me.
I don't know how I'm gonna cope, bruv.
You
I
lose.
just simply don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if we showed Stan's bed yet. Let's go show the people what's happened to Stan's bed. Oh, there you can see properly now. And you can see Gus's disappointment.
Stan was ferociously wanking. So ferociously that he broke his bed. And now Gus has got to fix it.
So Jared leaves today.
He does.
I'm excited. What about you? Just my new bed delivery go by there. So you feeling better then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good. Things like it. Jared, how are you feeling about leaving the project?
I've been away and come back, so I think I'm good.
What do you think about when you look in your reflection in the pool?
Can't see any reflection in the pool.
What, are you a vampire?
No, it's not one.
Are you chatting? Yes, there is.
I can literally see it right here.
Mate, do you know how science works, Stanley? Just because you can see it doesn't mean that I can see it.
No, it doesn't mean it's not there.
It's not there for me.
So your scientific theory is that if you can't see it, it doesn't exist.
No, because your question was, what do you think about when you see your reflection in the water? And I can't see it from this angle.
No, you said there isn't a reflection.
Yeah, there isn't one for me.
You have to look
I'm
into
looking
the
into the
pool.
pool. I can't see my reflection. It's not there.
This is a really difficult conversation. When's my holiday again? Can you go on holiday?
Where are you going to go for your holiday? I hope you're going to get a haircut. Mate, you're actually looking like not in terrible state of living right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Like you look like clean.
I went in the river.
Yeah, look at you, Stan. Right, time to off.
Alright, go then. Didn't want you here anyway.
I was in for a big shift today as I planned to get back up to 60k. The only thing that made up for this was knowing that after today I'd have a whole month free of jokes and gormless goofy grins. I couldn't wait. Spurred on by this thought, I smashed out the first 20 and felt a lot better. The boys met me in a village on the main road. Everyone there was lovely except one man who decided to have a pop at Gus.
Non français, je suis anglais.
Ah, you ain't...
Mon ami, parlez pas français.
Il parle...
S'il vous plaît, laisse mon ami un peu.
Comment?
Laisse mon ami un peu. Tu fais quoi ici? Pourquoi tu te provoques, moi?
Pourquoi tu... Tu as en train de... Ça va.
Just an odd man getting angry.
Silly Billy.
First 20 in the bag. Started on a hill.
Yeah, mate, it's been a lot of hills to be fair.
No more retching, no more needing to poo.
No, I'm good, man.
And you reckon today you're going to be able to put in a 60?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Stop for one day, 242s.
I never fully stopped.
Yeah, you did a 5, 242s, a 50, and then a 60. That's pretty good recovery rates. Yeah. I'm all packed and ready to go, everything on the bed.
Nice.
So I land at 3:50 SA time, it seems. I'm contemplating just gripping an Uber straight to McDonald's. Do you ever think about like what's gonna happen after this? Give me like the 3 to 6 month sketch afterwards.
I'm probably gonna move to London for a bit, I think. I need to go and earn some money. So got any?
I think people have an idea that YouTubers, especially when they start making it, are just instantly balling.
We haven't made it. We've got 127,000 subscribers.
But you know, like people that are doing YouTube full time, we do YouTube full time, you know? People seem to have the misconception that even like 100,000 followers, you're balling, you're making it, you know?
The YouTube channel barely pays for one person's place in this mission.
Yeah, if you take like their food, their visas,
Yeah, that honestly doesn't. If you're a one-man operation, you can film, shoot, be an entertaining character, bring value to an audience, edit and upload a video. Like, if you're Casey Neistat, sweet.
Anyway, so back to home, you need to go make some money, maybe move to London. Do you want to talk about having a possibility of a book on the line?
Yeah, there will be a book coming. I've signed a book deal. So that's pretty cool, man. That will help fund things.
And then we obviously have, I don't think actually many people know what the full setup is, that we are shooting YouTube, but we're also planning on a doc.
But yeah, we're shooting a doc. There's a lot of things still yet to come together, really. There's lots of opportunities. I guess I'll have to decide where I want to move things, because I still want to make content, man. Adventures will always be a part of things. I want to make exciting content that inspires people and shows different sides of things. I think there's so much to be seen.
When people go back on your YouTube 10 years from now, what do you hope this series inspires people to do or to be?
It would be cool if people went back and watched the series and thought, oh, I'm going to go and do that thing.
I just hope it inspires people to take the chance to do something that everyone else said they can't. Whatever that may be to them, that hard thing to do. I hope they do that from this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, enjoy your break ski. Give us a bang bang for old time's sake.
Bang bang. I saw a tweet from a good mate, Zach. He said, do you hate your boss/job? I may have a video for you to be involved in. Fill out this form if you're interested. And I just thought maybe you boys want to apply.
Bye bye. Enjoy. See you in 20.
Feeling renewed, I bounced back onto the road. The tarmac had had some time to recover, but it was back to being stomped all over today. It was a relief to know that all I'd have to battle was hills, the sun, and a marathon and a half of hardcore running. Luxury.
Very angry man about half a K back there, 1K back there. Couldn't really work out why. He was angry very specifically at me. The only English words he said were listen, okay, I don't like, and then he was doing this. Gus, who do you reckon's more hated, the English or the French?
The French, definitely.
Really?
I reckon the French hardcore, dude.
Wow, they must be hated, man.
The English, after colonization, they tended to leave Africa, I think, a bit more. Like, they just left their colonies, they were like, okay, not a fucking worry anymore. French were like still trying to have business together with their old colonies. Even the currency, it's not their own currency, it's the currency of the French.
You just beat your chest.
Alright.
Okay, bye-bye.
I was feeling pretty good this afternoon, smashing up the road with relative ease. The terrain had flattened out a bit, the sun was cooling off, and despite our run-ins today, the vibe from the people here was generally relaxed and welcoming. As the sun set, I finished off my first 60k in 5 days and got a lovely reward off Jared.
Discount Oreos. Present for finishing the day. So where are we tonight? We're at the chef de village's house. There are tons of things flying and biting at a time.
There's lots of flying, biting ants around here.
Yeah. There's donuts.
Oh, nice.
Enjoy.
We settled into the camp for Jared's final night before he set off in the early morning and crashed hard. I was well again, all our moving parts were going smoothly and it seemed like everything was falling into place. What could possibly go wrong? In the next episode, Jared finally goes away. I eat the best cake of my life and the 4x4 makes its grand entrance.